FileMakerTraining.tv. My name is Margaret. I'll be your broadcast engineer for today. Welcome, everybody. Good to have you here. We're here to talk about the wonderful FileMaker platform. As always, I'm here with the wonderful Nick Hunter, who I will show briefly right here. Nick is one of our best senior engineers, has been for a long time. He used to work for Apple for, I think, about 6 years, if I remember the length of time correctly.
Yeah, 6 years, almost 7.
And he is really amazing at finding really unique ways to really force the FileMaker platform to its absolute limit. So we're here to discuss extreme web scraping, which is kind of an interesting concept. Basically implementing it performed on FileMaker server. This will be a mini series. It'll only be 3 days. Days 1, day 2, day 3 will be this week. Thursday will be with Hansa, calculation magic, creating PNG images, including barcodes on the fly. Friday will be an open server Q&A with Jacob Taylor, and then Monday will be starting of a 2-week mini series of advanced multi-criteria FileMaker filters with Nick Hunter. If you'd like to support the channel, we would greatly appreciate it. We do this 5 days a week, but it does cost money, and so we have these, the FM Training Annual Subscription Bundles. These are our video courses. This one over here comes with FileMaker if you don't have FileMaker already. This remains a really good option for people who have gaps in their FileMaker knowledge or looking to refresh certain things. For example, we discuss FileMaker Server. I know a lot of people who work with FileMaker are not at all familiar with FileMaker Server. It's kind of a different creature in its own right. So we have a whole series on that. We talk about pretty much everything to get basics started, or to get basically to make your own FileMaker files pretty comprehensively under the sun, and in 8 to maybe 20-minute videos in the longest. Bite-sized little animated videos for you to process and understand. If you've bought it already, seriously, thank you very much. We greatly appreciate your support. With that being said, Nick, what are we doing today?
Hello, everybody. Hello, Discord. Hello, the world. Happy Monday. I hope you had a great weekend. I got a great weekend. I did nothing. Just relax.
Best weekend.
Best weekend. Yeah, I needed some. So today we do extreme web scraping. Okay, why we call that extreme? Yeah, you will see it for a while. It's because web scraping is sometimes the unique way we have to get data out from a website. That's the only way. Many websites doesn't have any API. Of course, the website that doesn't have API are the government websites. And that's the example I'm going to use today. So when you don't have an API, that means you don't have a clean, modern way to access data and take data out of a website, and you want it because it saves you time. We have the web scraping technique. We have a webinar, Marge, about this that I already explained how that works. Okay.
Yes, I can go grab it.
Yeah, but this is a way more advanced way to do that. Okay. So let me share my screen real quick. What are we talking about? We talk about, we have websites. For example, here, there are CAD websites. There are websites about properties. Those are public websites, so I can show that. It's public. In the United States, you have access to all of the things. Yes, I know it's crazy. One day, because of something like this, they stole my identity in the United States. And the guy's in jail, by the way, who did that. He stole my identity. He was stealing my mail from my mailbox. And he was getting many credit cards, right? And one day I got some debt collection company ringing my bell, and so be careful. In the United States, with user website to service to protect yourself in the United States, because it's but this is public access, so I can show that. So I got the go from the customer I built that for. So what are we talking about? I have a website with this stuff, So I have a property ID and I have many information about the property, the value, the market value, the land value, and history. And so I've this is a county. For each county in Texas, we have a website, where we have per parcel number, because that what they call property ID is a parcel number. But the parcel number we can access, the website. So for each parcel number with the tax year, I can access that website. This is the URL, right, to access that website. If I go to another parcel, it's another parcel number, and I have another page with different info, right? And that is for each county, we have a different address. For example, if I go to the Montgomery County, the address is different. The URL, So it's different. They have different ways to call things, and the website different, right? Of course, if I go to another one, it will load another reference, another quick ref, right? With other information. If I go to another county, if I go to another county, I have another, so Brazoria, I was there. So if I go to Galveston, I have another website with another URL, okay? So here the catch, see, is different. So here's the catch. They look like Galveston and Brazoria, they share the same, the same server, I bet, because it looks, but if I go Montgomery, Galveston, Brazoria, and 4 bands, so this is another website that looks different, okay? And the address different as well, So I want, right, to tackle many problems here. First, for each county, we have a different URL pattern. Plus, for each parcel, I have a different number here. That's the first problem we need to tackle. That's easy. The other problem I have, and the big one, is this. I want to scrap information from that website, right, and get it inside the field. Yeah, but in 4 band, they call, they call differently some names here, they're different. And even if the website looks the same, there's some differences between those websites, okay? So that's the other problem I want to tackle, is for each county, for each field, I have a different calc. So I have 5 counties, and I have all those fields. So that means I have 5 times all those fields with a different calc. Can you imagine the nightmare if I want to use a case scenario? Okay, a calc with a case. Say, okay, if it's 4 bands for that field, I want that calc. If it's Montgomery for that field, I want that, and that for all of them. It's a nightmare to maintain. It's a nightmare to build. But I don't want that complexity, First, and secondly, I want something that works fast. And I want something that works on the server. You remember I told you in a previous web scraping, webinar, that to scrap the code of a website, we need to use a WebViewer, right? And to use the get layout object attributes to point to the object name and ask for the contents. Content. That's the code. If you do this, you get the code of the website, right? You get the source code, okay? Yes, but this doesn't work on server. Why? Because we cannot render WebViewer on server. I cannot get the code of a WebViewer until it is fully loaded. And now I can get it, right? If I go there and I ask for the code, it's not coming until fully loaded. So how we do that? So all of those questions, we are going to answer this during that webinar. Okay. Let's first take care of this problem here. So here I have a layout which was built before my time. That's why it looks ugly. So here I have, for each county, for each website, I have a different URL pattern. The only difference on all of those, see, they're different. Here you have this, here you have this, here you have this, here you have this. They're all different. But in the URL, I want to include the parcel number and sometimes the tax year. See, I want to include the parcel number and the tax year. Here I have only the parcel number. I don't have the tax year. And here I have the parcel number. I don't have the tax year. So each of them are different. So we put here in a field, we say, okay, this is the pattern. And we are going to replace that keyword by the parcel number. So here, I go there, let's clean this, And I have a URL here. I say, okay, I am in that county here. And I have a relationship that points to the county table based on the ID of the county, right? And then I get the URL. So if I take this calculation out, so this is the URL from my county table, right? This is the parcel number. This is a tax year. And here I'm doing a very simple calc. I substitute this by this and this by this. And the answer will be this. Okay, here in that example, I don't have what's the name? The tax year. Let's take somewhere, I think in Montgomery, I have tax year. No, in Galveston, yeah. So my calc here now replaces this 2 by this 2. So I have the complete URL. So this is very simple to build. Okay, so we use a multi-criteria, substitute. So I show you this a little bit more. The substitute, we can do this. So I have this, right? And I can search for, this, and I can replace by this, for example, right? Or I can replace by blank. I want to get rid of it. But also, right? So I don't need to do, like I see sometimes, a substitute within the substitute like this. Doesn't need to be that way. That's wrong, right? A substitute within a substitute within a substitute within. I saw that many times. No, you don't need that. You put bracket here, and you say, okay, that's my first replacement, and then I want another one, right? Like TR by like this, for example, right? So you can do something like this, right? So it do 2 times, right? So it do the first path and the second one. In general, FileMaker give you, the problem of, okay, that's a message to FileMaker, because normally, they should have formulate that substitute differently, because they give you information when this, see the bracket here? When the bracket is, that means this is optional. Okay, so they didn't do a good job on the substitute, but the substitute can work that way. You have something and you can say this by this by this, and etc., 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 etc. You can put as many as you want. So you don't need to do substitute within substitute within, you know what I mean? Like I did before. So that we have now this. We have the address. Okay, so that's taken care of. Do we have a question about this? I saw some stuff on. No, we don't. Okay.
No, not at the moment. So,
okay. But that's easy. So now here's the problem. The second problem that I want to take care of, okay, is the how to get the source code, right, without do the get layout object attribute stuff. Well, we do this here. We use insert from URL, right? And we can say, get me this, right? Get me this. No, yeah, get me, the target is this. Source code, okay? And the URL is this, right? Source code. So if I do this, if I insert from URL, and I ask to build a variable with the code, this is what I get. Source code. Where it is? Oh, here. This is my source code. I got it. All the code without scrapping it. I mean, without the web viewer. So I can get rid of the web viewer. Can get rid of it. It's no longer there on the layout. right? And if I call this, I got it. Is there, right? So now it's cool because uh, this will work on the server. That means, let's put back this here. The get object layout attribute on server wouldn't have worked. But now if I get rid of this code here and I'm running that script on server, right? And I'm saying get, right? For that record, get the source code of this, it will do it on server. Demonstration. I run this on server. It will come. Hopefully. Of course, it is going to get me live. What happened? Oh, sorry for me. My bad. I need to click on the button. Boom. That's my code. It came from the server. I didn't see anything coming. Do it again. I click refresh. Bam. I get my code. No get layout attributes, whatever. Just this. Insert from URL. Inside this field, I want that URL. Okay? So that on server. Okay. So we take care of many, many things here. Now, I want to take care of the other problem. So now, the other problem we have here, right, is this. How I get this. Okay, I blank everything. I blank the code to make sure that people, I'm not lying to you. So now how I can get this? Refresh. Boom. The code and this from the server. Yes, but this is for Galveston. But if I go Montgomery, right? I blank this. Blank this, blank this. Go Montgomery. And I do the same, right? But the website different, and I get the results. I didn't change anything. And this is my table. No auto entry calculation. I have absolutely nothing. Right? No, none. So how is that possible? Well, you will say, yes, you have a freaking 500 line script that do all the job for you. No, I don't have a 500. I have this one. Right? So I have one script, super, 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 super easy. Okay? That do all the job for me. Okay? Insert the code, right? Actually, it should have done this, but So insert the code, and I have this doing that for me. So that how that can be possible that I have a one set field that do all the job for all the counties, for all the fields. Okay, well, this is how it works. For all the counties, those are the field I need. For Montgomery, for Fort Bend, Brazoria, Galveston, this is my field, right? I have a table for each county that I call, I don't remember. Yeah, county web scraping. Okay. County web scraping calculation. Right. This is my table. This one. This is the table. I have a title and a calc. Let's take care of the title first. Okay. Here, I'm helping myself. I want to be able to set a field by the name. So if I go there, you see that the title matches the field name, total tax rate, agent name, address, geographic ID, neighborhood, name. The title of the record for that county matches the name of the field. So, thanks to the magic of the relationship, I can get this. A list of T02D. This is all the fields I need to set, correct? Because, and if I add a new field, here, if I add a new field, if I can spell it correctly, if I have a new field here, so I need to go to Galveston. If I have a new field here, and I go there, list T02D title, I have my new field. So if I have a field named new field, now here, I can set it. Okay. So let's get rid of this. So now that I have the name of the fields, how the script works, okay? I say, okay, this is my list, okay? This is my list. List of T02D title. Okay. And now I can say, okay, current field name equal get value of my list of fields, value number 1. And then I can say yes, but now I want the current table name. Okay, I need it. Get layout table name. Now that I have all those things, I can build my field name based on this information. I want this and this and this. I have now my field name, complete field name. Okay. So in my list, the first in the list will be web scraping exemption. The second in the list will be the total tax rates. The third agent name, the fourth address, the 5th, the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, right? 14. I don't have 14, I don't think so. Yes, 15, 16. So I get all, I have all the names, right, of my, I have almost 20 fields. Can you imagine? I have 19 fields. So can you imagine if you have 19 times a set field in your scripts by 5 county, right? Here, I don't need all this crap. I don't. Just here are my list of fields. This is all the field names I need. The script here does the job. This is my list of titles. This is my list of fields, right? Then the script does, okay, how many value I have here? 19. Okay, I have 19 fields. Okay. I have a loop that says, make that counter each loop to add one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So I can run that script, by the way. Yeah, but I'm not in the right context. I need to be there. Okay. So let's see what happened here. I have my list of titles. Boom. How many I have? 19. Okay, cool. Now, insert the code for me. Boom, I have my code. Great. So now let's start. Set the counter 1. So counter 1, my list of titles, and the value count. Now, all the time I'm doing the demonstration why I'm using the variable all the time, because I can see everything, okay? And the counter variable is, necessary. But here I say, okay, what is the current title? The current title is exception. Okay. Yeah, because it is the first name of my list of 19, because my counter right now, I am in the first loop. Okay. So now I want you to set the field name. But you see, this is why I forgot something here. Let me fix this. I don't like doing this because I have no visibility. If I do this, I have a great visibility. Now I can see, what's happened here? No. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So now let's run again that field. And I want to blank. Okay. I'm here. Click. I'm saying boom, 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 boom. I insert the code. That's the code. Now I loop this. Current variable. Set variable, set variable. So now I have a complete visibility. Value count 19 of my list of title, the current title this, the current number in 1, and the current field name is TO2 web scrapping exemption. That's my field name. So I can see it. And now I can run this. Set field. Boom. It set the field with the results in exemption. Let's continue now. Counter now is 2, right? So my current field name, the title is total tax rate. So my current field name is 202 web scraping total tax rate, right? So logically, bam, it set this one. So I don't need a 500 row scripts with set fields all over the place. I have one set field and I can see what's going on. I can rename a field. I can add a field without problem, right? So that is the beauty. And of course, it works magically on server. Because if you run this locally, right, it takes some time, you know. Okay, it's fast enough. But because I'm scrapping from a result that is there, you know, so you get the code and then you scrap within the code. Okay. So that is how you get, and that technique you can use for everything. That's why sometimes I see tables from people with 6,000 fields because you have, you know, something like this. I'll show you. Something like this. Okay. You have something like this for all the fields, for the 19 fields by 5. So that's 100 fields, right? I don't need. I don't need, right? I really don't. So that's what I'm seeing really often. Or I see, you know, set fields, right? Like this, you know, if, or case, even worse, case, Calty, equal, you know, or Galveston, then do this, right? This is nightmare, totally, completely. No. We have the set field by name. This is why set field by name got invented. I have a list outside of the managed database, right? I have a list of names. So you help yourself. Of course, if you name this differently than the name on the field, of course you kill yourself, you know, you shoot yourself, you know. No, make the name here matching the field name. Yes, I know Kyle Williams will tell, oh, but if you rename that, but Kyle, an exemption, legal market value, the market value of a house is not going to change anytime soon. They will still, you know, naming market value for a long time. Unless you live in California, they can invent something else. But in Texas, no. They will keep, a neighborhood will be a neighborhood, a tax year will be a tax year. That is not going to be changed. And if you change it, keep in mind that you need to change this here too. That's it. You know, that's it. Don't dismiss a super great technique because if one day, if the Californian state become the United States of California and they want to change tax year in bleep year, you will, you understand what I mean? I'm making a joke of this, but you know what I mean? Sometimes, the address, you're not going to change the name of this. The agent name will still the agent name. The total of the tax rate will still the total of the tax rate. Is not going to change. And all of this, you need to sandbox it into its own table. I take that in my own table. This is my own table. And then I'm going to, update all the data. I'm going to be updated in this table of 1,200 fields, right? Right? Those I'm going to update, but first, I am where's the web scraping? I am sandboxing this into my own table, right? So when you do a web scraping, don't go straight to the real data. No, you have your own data with the field you need, and you isolate them. Okay, that is there, and then when you have them, you send them over there. That's a great technique. So now I don't see, can we use the XLST style sheet to import the code as we do with, yeah, you can, but yeah, label, you can, but not necessary to do all this complexity. So we have the code here. Okay. So we have the source, So now, can you show the calc that extract the data? Yeah, I will. It's a free day webinar. Okay. So the code, I'm going to show it tomorrow. I'm going to show you how we analyze this. But today it's all about how to build all this mechanism. So now, because it's not that easy. So where this calc is coming from, where the calcs are coming. I have no calc here, and I have no calc here. I have no calc. Do you see a calc here? No. You see a field. I don't see a calc, right? So the calc are there. For each, fields, we have a different calc. For each county, This one, for exemption, I have a calc for band. For tax rate, I have another calc. For agent name, I have another calc. Address, geographic. That this in geographic info band, they name it map ID. In Montgomery, they need GI account. Galveston, geographic ID. In Brazoria, map ID. So you see, for all of those, the calc is outside of the defined of the managed database. I don't want the calc there in the managed database, and I don't want the calc neither in a set field. No, I don't want that. And you can imagine if you want to do a case with a let that is, it's a nightmare. Okay, you don't want that. So I'm going to show you that tomorrow, but now, because we have 10 minutes left, I want to show you how that works, because we saw how, we get the list of the title. But also, I can get the list of my calcs. Correct? So, but this is not easy to, when you want this one, you cannot say get value like this. You get this. Right? And you cannot do this neither, right? The middle value, of the list of those TO like this calculation, and you want to start from 1 and you want the 11, 12, You don't want that. Why? Because here I have 12 rows, right? But you know what I mean? Because otherwise, you know, how you can predict. So in that case, you know, remember, actually I can do this. Up. I hate those. So the current calc is based on this field. This is the field. Okay. This is the field, the key I need. And then I need this, that the calc. Okay. Okay. So what the calc for, actually I can do this. I can get the list, pop-up menu. Don't know if I scrapping, I'll never know. List, it's the titles. Okay. I will get there. And I want the TO2 no, it's the web, no, it's the county here. Okay. Okay. So what the calc for address? What the calc for agent name? What the calc for this? 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 So thanks to two combination, this here, it's I have a relationship that says go to where I have all my calculation, okay, and get the current county and the current title, right? So this is a current title that match the title here. And then I get a calc. Based on those two keys, right, I select the right calc. So I'm in Galveston. So for exemption, this is the exemption for Galveston. See, if I go to another, this is the exemption calculation for Montgomery. It's slightly different, okay? So that's how it works. My script here do this. I get the list of all the titles based on that county. I'm counting them. I'm resetting the trigger to get an updated URL. I insert the code, right? That's my code. And then here, I'm going to say, okay, counter one, the current title is this, the current field name is this, and I'm setting this field here with the current title. Then I will get the calc. So let's see. Now I'm doing this. So now the next one, this will change. This will change. Boom. So I have another calc. And now I'm setting this based on that calc. So I'm doing this again, another calc. Again, another calc, another calc, another calc, another calc. And of course, I don't need to take care of the county. I don't need to take care of anything because I have the relationship doing this. I'm in Montgomery, so that's here. The TO2C will do that for me. We'll select the right calculation for that county, for that field. I don't need a bunch of set fields and a ifs and a case. I don't. That's quite fast, right? So I do this, I do this, I do this. So how that works, you know, because the calc is outside the managed database. It's not there, It's a calc, but it's a text. Yeah, there's no problem with this, right? So if I copy that and I'm going there, I paste it, boom, I have my answer. It works. But I can do this also. I can say, evaluate whatever is in this field. Oh, boom. Evaluate this. I can evaluate a calc that is outside the, a piece of text. Okay. So it could be anything, So if I say, for example, I am in Montgomery, right? And I'm doing tests. And I'm saying, I said, for example, proper, like this, and I say, Nick. So I do this. Is proper with 2P? Yeah, I think so. No, it's like this, right? Yeah. Okay. So what happened if I put this here? Test. So this is my calc. What happened if I do this? If I evaluate this, it put on proper. So I can evaluate whatever I want. If I say upper, it's upper. If I said get current date, I get the current date. Minus 10, I get the current date minus 10. So I can put there in a field whatever calculation I want. Well, that is a super powerful technique because you guys are building 2 billion fields with 2 billion calcs, with 2 billion cases. I don't care. I don't do that. Up to you. If you want to do that, good luck. No. If I want a calc based on the record, I don't need a case. I put the calc I want on the record I want. And when I land on that record, I said, use that freaking calc. So I can have one field to be whatever I want to be based on one person. And we can go even further with this, because I could say, okay, just for, I think I have it. I think I have it. No. I can do this. For each county, if I want. For each county. So that is an extension of the demonstration. How you can completely forget about the managed database, completely ignore the if and cases and all this stuff, because most of the time we use if because you say, oh, if the county equal to this, do that. Or if the county equal to that, do this, right? So that's what we do. If I don't know, no. It will be very complicated. It's complicated. It makes script like never ending, right? And I'm not even talking about fixing those problems, I mean debugging. No, sorry for that. I don't know what happened here. But I could even say for this county with that button, trigger that script with that calcs So I can build a world outside the managed database. I'm not saying that because I know the people. Oh, so we get rid of managed database. No, I'm not saying this. I'm saying in that case, using managed database to put 2 billion fields with 2 billion cases with 2 billion set fields, that wasn't the good strategy, right? So that's what I'm saying. Not saying, oh, get rid of the managed database. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that sometimes it makes sense when you have a calc that is completely different per county, for example, or per contact, or per whatever supplier, instead of having the calculation hard coded in a field for each county for with a case stuff, don't do this. Follow the technique I show you because it's super easy. When you will get, give me the hand. So tomorrow I'm going to show you how. So today it was all about how to build that stuff, So how to build how to have the structure. So you have a table, the county table for each county. I have multiple calculations for each one, right? And then multiple fields. So help yourself the title of the record to match the field name. Okay, you help yourself. Yes, I know. If you rename the field, it breaks. Yes, I know that. I know. But if you don't live in California, they're not going to change tax year in bleep blap. Only California do this. They reinvent words. But if you don't live in California, don't worry, right? Tax year will remain tax year in English. So so it doesn't want to give me the hand on this. So
we have three questions, but
yeah. So I saw that. Yeah. Okay. So you want to express them? Yeah.
Yes. Can we use an XSLT style sheet to import the code as we do with XML?
Yeah, you can do that. But if you have the code, if you want to import the code you have, but here the technique was go to the website and take the code, right? You know what I mean? So that was the technique. To get together the source on the fly, because on Wednesday we're going to see that how we do that on server, right? So yeah, go to the next one.
Can you show the calc that extracts the data from the web content? Oh, okay, you answered that question already. So next question, I use evaluate like you were doing and have read that evaluate can be slow, though I have never experienced that. What conditions would make it slow?
The same condition as auto entry calculation will be slow, or set field will be slow. The same. If you have a crazy calc that goes 5-level relationship down, you know what I mean? That will be slow, as your auto entry will be slow or your set field will be slow. If you evaluate cannot be slower or faster than an auto entry calculation or a set field. Why? Because it's the same. It's slow if inside your evaluation, inside your calc, you ask crazy things. That will make it slow, that for sure. But that technique is not slower. Actually, it is faster. So it won't be slower. It's slow if you put something like this inside this. I don't know why it's not good. If you put something crazy in the calc, that for sure it will be it will be slow. But that's the only condition. So if we don't have any other question, we
think we're good.
Yeah, we think we're good. Yeah. So cool. Tomorrow we do the web scraping. I mean, how we can get things out from the web It's super easy because I have a custom function that will do that for you. Yeah, but there's some things. So I'm going to show you tomorrow the difficulty we have between different codes because a website is dirty. You know what I mean? A website is dirty. The code is dirty. They don't optimize. They leave things dirty. They don't follow the rules. Especially governments handle website. They are 2 billion years old. So I'm going to show you that how we overcome those difficulties, but very easily. So that will be tomorrow. That's why I don't want to. Today was all about build the mechanism. So now we have the engine done. We can drive the car.
Cool.
Okay.
There we go. Thank you very much, Nick.
So
thank you everyone for coming. We'll see you tomorrow. Yep.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Got a report of an individual up here who may be a FileMaker license. Well, it's potentially expired. Look at the back of that car right there. Looks like the FileMaker license has expired. Sir, I need you to step out of the vehicle. Sir, step out of the vehicle. Sir.